Welcome on this fantastically beautiful day to the Department of Illinois Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War annual commemoration of the life of Dr. Benjamin F. Stephenson, founder of the Grand Army of the Republic. As I'm sure we are all well aware, but we can always use a refresher, Dr. Stephenson is the man. Without him and his vision, we would not exist the way we understand ourselves today. Because without the model of the Grand Army of the Republic, we would not have an understanding of these men, their goals, their aspirations. Without the Grand Army of the Republic, the American Legion and the VFW would probably exist in some form, but they would not have the structure that they know and cherish today. So as we go through the next period of time to honor Dr. Stephenson, let's keep that in mind, that this man and his vision gave us everything that we know and love in our organization. And please stand for the posting of the colors. Present. And National Chaplain Jerry Kowalski.
We all know that in his second inaugural address, Abraham Lincoln talked about with malice towards none. But we should also be reminded that he said our task should be to take care of those who bore the burden of the war. This man was listening. Dr. Benjamin Stephenson heard what Mr. Lincoln said during the second inaugural. And because he heard it, he started the Grand Army of the Republic here in Decatur, Illinois, and he's buried right here below in the ground that we stand on.
We are the successors to the Grand Army of the Republic here today. One of the things that the Grand Army did was it took care of its own. It took care of the veterans who had fought that war. We are charged with keeping alive what the Grand Army did, and some of our departments have already started to do what you just brought up. I think that it would be an amazingly good thing for this order to start looking into service for veterans who are here today, who are among us today, to say thank you for what they have done for the country. I think that is one of the things that we need to go forward with. It is one of the proposals that I intend to bring up in Independence at our national encampment. For now, I want to thank everybody who is here today. I want to thank the organizers for asking me to speak. I want to note that this project has been going on for some time. You know that Terry has been instrumental in putting this together. And it's a long project. He's got some plans he's going to tell you about. His plans involve a lot more than what you see here. They involve something that will be truly a monument to the GAR and its creator. That isn't going to come to pass in the next few years. It isn't going to come to pass in maybe not in the next decade. I hope it does, but it probably won't. But as we were speaking, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. You have to start somewhere. And Terry, you have made a good start at this program, and I thank you for it.
Our next speaker is a man I am pleased to call a personal friend, an inspiration, and on the very short list of men in this order that I can call my mentor. I know I haven't given a bio for any of the other people who have spoken today, but if I may for a moment tell you about the amazingness that is Terry Dyer. Because Terry's heart lies with the GAR and its allied orders, and it has since he was a very young man and first stepped foot in the GAR Hall. Yes, it is a GAR Hall in Rockford, Illinois, dedicated to the men from Winnebago County and proudly owned by the citizens of the same. And when he took on this project, he didn't know that a few short years later he would be diagnosed with a form of cancer that until very recently would have been fatal. But he sits in our midst today. I was very proud the evening of his last chemotherapy treatment to get into a van with him and two of our other brothers and drive to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania for Remembrance Day. And I know that Terry was proud to take his great uncle's sword, cavalry saber, to the monument on the battlefield to the 10th Illinois Cavalry and have his photo taken there. This man is a bulwark of strength and a real pillar of our department here in Illinois. And if you ever hopefully get a chance to talk with him, you will find out that he bleeds fraternity, charity, and loyalty. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Terry Dyer.
Thank you so very much. And thank you, Harry. Dr. Benjamin Franklin Stephenson has come to mean an awful lot to me because he created the Grand Army of the Republic. Not for himself, but a fraternal order for all of those who served the Union cause in the American Civil War. As a surgeon in the 14th Illinois Volunteer Infantry Regiment, he saw the very worst end of this war and was so concerned about the very men who were maimed and lost limbs in this war. If you ever wondered how many, both sides, just over 55,000. That's an awful lot of limbs. So he created this, the first veterans organization ever formed in this country. And what impressed me the most was he had such a devotion to it, he wrote the entire ritual and constitution by himself. Now that would be either in ink or in pencil, but he did it all himself. He was driven with the one thing that means so much to us all, including myself, passion. Passion is everything. Now, from a comment made at the Dollinger Farm Civil War Days, October 2010, when it was suggested that there must be a way to enhance the grounds of around Dr. Stephenson's gravesite and the beautiful monument erected to his memory. Brother Mark Finnegan suggested that I put pencil to paper after I mentioned that I liked to draw. This led to several designs and sketches, and I was put in contact with Candy Knox from Petersburg, who put me in contact with Mr. Richard Moss, also Petersburg, who has been my point man with this project from the very beginning. Very needed, as I live 3.5 hours away. Next came Mr. Kent Massey of Massey & Massey Architects Associates, firm in Springfield, who took my drawings and ideas and designed something I never could have dreamt of. Then we put our plans before the Rose Hill Cemetery Board for their approval, which was given. Mayor John Stiltz and County Treasurer David Frick was instrumental in getting things off the ground. Mary Green from Arnold Monument, who has been so helpful, and they do such beautiful work. Mr. Craig Reinecke of Image Design, who has performed wonderful work here. Mr. Randy Robbins of the Menard County Historical Society, and Mr. Mike Carter of the Menard County Honor Guard, who I thank so much. Every year that I have called them, they have come here and performed for us, and I am so very grateful. I look forward to working and have been working with the new city mayor, Mr. Rick Schneider. Thank you so much. and I think we are on a very good track for an even greater beginning for this project. A special thank you to all our guest speakers, chaplains, sons of Union veterans of the Civil War, all the ladies' auxiliaries, sons of Veterans Reserve, members of Battery L, 1st Illinois Light Artillery. And a very special thank you to National Commander-in-Chief. Thank you so much, and for seeing the importance and how special this project really is for the sons, the memory of Dr. Stephenson. And to the members of the Dr. Stephenson Memorial Committee. Now, if you are here, and I know some of you are, please stand up if you're seated or raise your hand so that you can be identified, and let's not be shy. Brothers James Lyon, William Johnson, Thomas Ostreicher, Stuart Stefani, Larry Werline, and Stephen Westlake. We can all take a great deal of pride in what we have accomplished thus far, and when it is finished, we will have the satisfaction of having left a memorial plaza to the memory of a remarkable man who created a fraternal organization composed of Union veterans of our Civil War, laying the groundwork for the benefits that veterans receive to this day, and was among the first organized interest groups in American politics. What we see here today is just the beginning. What we envision is a completed plaza that will encircle all of the circular drive that you see here with signature bricks, 4 more polished black granite benches on each side, total of 8, plus a polished black granite information and recognition board at the back that will tell the story of Dr. Stephenson, the Grand Army, and the sons of Union veterans of the Civil War on one side, and on the other side will be a recognition board for all those who have helped with this project. I call it really a wonder of love and recognition, and a plaza that is unlike anything that the Sons happen to have anywhere in this country. There are 2 of my heroes who made 2 comments that I would like to leave you with. Abraham Lincoln, who my father and mother said you've been crazy about ever since you were old enough to know what Abraham Lincoln and the Civil War was all about. He made the comment, God must have loved the common man. He made so many of them. And then, 10 presidents later, the 26th President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, who always said, do what you can with what you have when you can. And that sums up this project, I believe, and it's something to leave in his memory. And I thank you very much.
We all gathered here to honor a man who honored veterans. And from a family of veterans from myself, serving since the Revolutionary War all the way up to Vietnam, I'm proud of these gentlemen. Sorry, it's hard. But when Terry asked, I was honored, because not only did we serve in a soldier's capacity, we served in a religious capacity. Right now, my uncle is serving as a pastor, and my family's been serving as pastors since then, and way before time. So, being short and sweet, thank God that we're still here, and be thankful that we'll be there in the future. Amen.
Next year, 3:30 in the afternoon, on the same day as the Lincoln Tomb observance, meet us again here in Rose Hill Cemetery, and bring a friend or two and introduce them to this fantastic individual.